This is Dr. William Schaffner. I'm at the Vanderbilt University Medical Center in Nashville, Tennessee, and I'm an infectious diseases specialist who has a special interest in public health. Vaccination is not just for children, it's for adults also, but there are many adults who don't know about that. We'll go through the list of vaccines that are appropriate for adults, and of course we all probably do know about influenza vaccine. That's one that we should get each and every year. Another is this booster dose against whooping cough, which is combined with tetanus, you know, that lockjaw shot, and diphtheria. We are all eligible for a booster in using that vaccine. Then young adults, particularly women, but also young men now, should be sure to get vaccinated with the human papillomavirus vaccine. That's the one that prevents cancers, cervical cancer, cancer of the cervix in women, and also rectal cancer, anal cancers, cancers of the vagina, and cancers of the head and neck in both men and women. So there are recommendations for that. Some people are more susceptible to getting pneumonia. We have what's called a pneumococcal vaccine that's available particularly for people age 65 and older. Everyone should get that who's that old. And for people who are younger than age 65, they should also get it if they have underlying heart disease, lung disease, are immunocompromised, or have diabetes. And speaking of diabetes, people with diabetes should obviously get vaccinated against all the diseases that are appropriate, but there's a new recommendation that has come out just recently. They should all get vaccinated against hepatitis B. That's the kind of hepatitis that can be transmitted by a needle, and it's been now shown that people with diabetes are at an increased risk of this serious infection when compared to their non-diabetic counterparts matched for age and sex and the like. And then lastly, I'd like to remind everyone who's 60 and older about the vaccine against shingles. Shingles is an awful disease which is caused by the chickenpox virus that comes back and can cause an extraordinarily painful illness. Everyone 60 and older should be vaccinated against shingles. Those are the main ones. There's been a great increase in whooping cough around the country. It's caused any number of outbreaks in states across the country, and the states that haven't had outbreaks are bracing themselves because they expect whooping cough to rise up there also. So what's this due to? Two things, probably. There are some children who are not being vaccinated. They're being withheld from vaccines by their parents, the vaccine skeptics, and of course some of them are getting whooping cough. But the other is that the whooping cough vaccine that we're using currently doesn't have a robust immunity that extends over a long period of time. So immunity wanes, and we must all get boosters. And that includes adults. Many of us have not gotten boosted with what we call Tdap, tetanus, diphtheria, acellular pertussis vaccine. Pertussis is the fancy name for whooping cough. So adults really all are eligible for whooping cough boosters. Well, we're vaccinating children almost universally, but there are some parents that are withholding their children from vaccines or are stretching out the regular immunization schedule, which means that those children are susceptible for longer periods of time. Many of these diseases that we protect our children against are still active around the world and can be imported into this country. For example, in the entire hemisphere, not just in the United States, we've eliminated measles. However, there are pockets of susceptible children who have not been vaccinated, and if someone goes abroad, picks up measles and comes back into the United States, we can get cases of measles here that spread among those susceptible children. None of us in infectious diseases want to see any of those awful infectious diseases of yesteryear come back. We should all get ourselves vaccinated appropriately as adults and also make sure all the children in our families are appropriately vaccinated. The World Health Organization, and we're cooperating with them very strongly, is on a long campaign to eradicate, completely eliminate poliomyelitis, polio, from the world. And we can do this by rigorously vaccinating every child in the world. And we've made gradual, slow progress, sometimes 2 steps forward and then 1 step back, as some countries don't keep up their vaccination programs. We're at the best place we've ever been with polio vaccination. Last year, the entire country of India declared polio eliminated. It's amazing. We're left with a few pockets: Afghanistan, Pakistan, Nigeria, and a few other places still have residual polio. The WHO, the World Health Organization, is working hard to eliminate polio. It's going to happen in our lifetimes, we hope in the next 5 years.